Hi everyone. So if you need to file a civil action in a court of law in Sri Lanka, how do you identify which court should you file action in? Section 9 of the Civil Procedure Code in Sri Lanka provides us with the relevant legal framework in order to identify which court of law should you file action in. So the first aspect you need to consider is where the party defendant resides. So let's assume that you as a plaintiff plans on filing a civil action against a defendant who lives in Kandy. Let's assume that you, being the plaintiff, lives in Colombo. So in this instance, you can file action in the district court of Kandy because that is where the party defendant resides in this example, right? So the second aspect you need to consider in order to decide which court should you file action in. The second aspect is where the land in dispute is situated. So for example, let's assume that you signed a lease agreement for a land located in Kandy. So this allows you to institute action in the district court of Kandy because the land in dispute is located in the Kandy area. So third aspect you need to consider when deciding as to which court you should file a civil action is where the contract sought to be enforced was made. So let's assume that you, being a citizen who lives in the Galle district, arrives at Colombo and signs a contract in Colombo with a party who resides in Colombo or perhaps maybe in a different location. But the key here is, let's assume that the contract was signed in Colombo. So this gives you permission to file your civil action in the district court of Colombo. So the fourth aspect you need to consider when deciding which court of law to file your civil action in is to consider where the cause of action arose. So cause of action is basically the act which gives the plaintiff a reason to complain against the defendant, right? So these four aspects need to be given careful attention before you select which court of law to file action in respect of a civil action. Let me know what legal topics you would like me to discuss in my next video. Right. Thank you.